Hello everyone. I hope you all are good and you all are practicing questions. Let us for now do this one. And in this question, this is associated with bulb thing, and this is a very good question in terms of understanding power rating of the bulb, voltage rating, and etc. ठीक है? So यहाँ पे question ये दिया है. We are given two identical bulbs A and B. So their power rating is same. They are identical. ठीक है? And they're all the three bulbs have rated voltage of 12 volt. So this has a rated voltage of 12 volt and this has a rated voltage of 12 volt. What is meaning of that? I mean, if you're given there is certain ball, sorry, not ball, this is bulb, and it has a power rating of P and voltage rating V. It means that if across it potential difference applied is V, if it is V, then power that it will consume is P. ठीक है. If you are giving less amount of voltage drop across it, then obviously it won't operate at its maximum power consumption, and in that case brightness of the bulb will be lesser than that its optimal brightness. Done है. So यहाँ पे this A bulb has a power rating of 40 watt 12 volt. B identical one will have the same thing, right? Initially when this switch S is open, you can see that these two bulbs, let me indicate bulb A by this resistor and bulb B by this resistor, and there is one battery connected, and its value is 12 volt. So definitely these two are identical. 6 volt will drop here, 6 volt will drop here, and if 6 volt is dropping, A will not operate at its uh, maximum level, and B also will not operate at its maximum power consumption level, because maximum power consumption level पे काम करे उसके लिए जरूरी है कि it should be supplied with 12 volt of potential difference. So clear है, एक चीज तो clear है that this won't operate at 40 watt, this won't operate at 40 watt, lesser, right? Now what is said here is in A, bulb C is very high wattage bulb. What you are doing, you are combining this. Take care. You are turning the switch on, and C is connected there. In first case, C is a very high wattage bulb. High wattage bulb कहने का मतलब ये है कि it will have a very low amount of resistance, and that is why it will consume higher and higher power. क्योंकि अगर आपने एक हाई वोल्टेज बल्ब को लगाया है ना सर्किट में, तो वो सर्किट से ज्यादा करंट ड्रॉ कर रहा है and it is consuming more power. It means it is contributing less to the resistance value. ठीक है. So high voltage bulb आप जब भी बोलते हो ना, it means it has R value. R value is what? It is lesser, very very much lesser. And if it has a low wattage bulb, it means its R value is what? It is greater. ठीक है. तो चलो, based on this we will be trying to answer the question. So this is on, and now what will happen? Initially when it was not connected, in that case you will say that, let's say it has resistance of R, this also has resistance of R, current in the circuit will be how much? V by 2R, and power getting consumed by bulb A, because we have to comment on the brightness of bulb A. Brightness will be directly proportional to how much power it is consuming. So initially when this switch is not open, power getting consumed by this bulb will be equal to I square into R. Okay? And I being this value. Okay. Now what you are doing, now our circuit will get manipulated because of this switch getting turned on, and then there is this again another resistance coming in parallel with the bulb B. So this is R because these two are identical. Let's say this is RC. And in first case, RC is what? RC is very, very much lower. Done it? And here we need to use one thing, one concept of parallel combination. We know that when we are combining two resistors in parallel, then R equivalent will be less than each individual resistor. So here R equivalent of these two will be less than R, will be less than RC. RC ऑलरेडी बहुत छोटा है, R equivalent उससे भी छोटा है. I mean this value is going to be smaller, right? So अगर सर्किट आप रीड्रॉ करोगे ना, you will be doing this. ठीक है. So this is this and this is R, and this is R dash less than RC even. So initially when switch was not turned on, R equivalent of the circuit was how much? 2R. Now R equivalent of the circuit is how much? R plus RC, where RC is definitely much smaller than that of R. So this is much smaller than that of 2R. Current in this case I dash I dash will be what? Much greater than that of I. I mean, it is greater than I. Simply आप ऐसा लिखो. It is going to be greater than I. And if it is greater than I, in that case, what will happen? More power it will consume because that current I dash will directly pass through this bulb A. So power consumption by bulb A now will be I dash का square by R, where I dash is greater than I. डन है. सो हियर P2, अगर इसको आप P2 लिखो, P1 लिखो, हमें पता है P2 इज ग्रेटर देन P1. सो बल्ब विल ग्लो ब्राइटली. डन है. एंड इट विल, maybe it is like it is operating at its optimal power, that is 40 watt. क्योंकि यहाँ पे आइडस जो करंट इस केस में जो आया है ना, that is larger. Maybe it is large enough to provide it with 40 watt of power consumption. So maybe it is operating at its maximal brightness. Okay, there is high chance. Now in the second case, bulb C is a very low wattage bulb, so it has a high resistance. And if this has a high resistance, again initially power kitna hoga? That is your I square R, where I is equal to V by 2R. Finally, when this is getting connected, this is RC, and RC is what? Greater, right? So R and RC का जो combination होगा, अगर फिर से आप circuit बनाते हो, these two circuits are in parallel. This is R, this is RC, and parallel combination का equivalent will be such that it will be smaller than R and smaller than RC. ठीक है? So overall अगर आप देखो यहाँ पे तो R plus this R equivalent इन दोनों का, and this value will be what? Less than that of RC and less than that of R. Clearly मुझे यहाँ पे पता है कि RC is what? Greater than R. ठीक है, क्योंकि that is low wattage bulb. ठीक है, and this is 40 watt का bulb. So low wattage 40 watt से कम ही होगा, right? So यहाँ पे RC is what? Greater than that of R. So R equivalent will be your what? Less than RC and also less than R. So it is, we can say it is less than R, right? क्योंकि less than RC कहने का मतलब greater than R हो सकता है, but it is also less than R. So R plus R equivalent meaning R plus something which is your less than R. So this R plus R equivalent will be less than 2R, but not much less than 2R, I would say. Why? Because this R equivalent is less than just R. So by a small value, this is less than 2R. And so there will be a little increase in the current here. So here I dash current will be greater than what? I. It will be greater than, but not that much greater than. इसलिए previous case में मैं much greater use कर रही थी. That was my purpose. ठीक है. So यहाँ पे greater है, but not that much greater. So current will increase, but its brightness won't get affected much. Yes, it will glow a bit more brighter, you would say, bulb A in this case. ठीक है. So I hope you have understood this question, and I hope you got the idea of how to deal with the power rating of the bulb and voltage rating of the bulb given in the circuit, and what determines its brightness. I hope you have understood, but if you have any doubt, you can always let me know in the comment section. Keep on solving more number of questions. Take care of yourself. Bye bye.